We take you to the Eastern Cape, where residents of Sea Vista in St. Francis Bay say they have been waiting for over 10 years for housing. The community, which consists of 10 informal settlements, was affected by severe flooding after the recent heavy rains. Siphosethu Booi is standing by with some of the residents to give us a full picture of what's going on there. Good afternoon, Siphosethu.
Well, good afternoon to you and to the rest of our viewers. Firstly, I just need to paint a picture of how St. Francis Bay actually looks like. I mean, for a person who's traveling from a different province, visiting the Eastern Cape, this is the one tourism destination that one family or a visitor would want to stop at because of just how beautiful the sea is, of course, and the houses and the infrastructure this particular area has. It's quite close to Jeffreys Bay, Humansdorp, just these small towns that have the sea, or rather a view that is very appealing to many tourists as well as visitors. But the reality of the people that live in the townships of St. Francis Bay, Humansdorp, Jeffreys Bay is quite sad. I'm just going to move out of shot and I'm going to ask my colleague, Siyabonga Nkayana, to just give you a sense of our morning. We walked through the informal settlements. Currently, we're not far from the Malema informal settlement as well as Zwelicha. There's just a street that just separates the two townships. This is the living condition here of sewer. Electrical appliances of connections that are not safe in the sense that the municipality has of course put some circuit breakers, but the problem is that the connections from the informal settlements to the residents' home or the shacks' homes are not done legally by the municipality. Electricians, community members do those connections themselves, which poses a lot of danger as far as the livelihoods of the children, because there are young kids that run around the streets. And when it comes to the issue of flooding, just in the past 2 days there has been some heavy rains in the area. Then now you can already see, or rather picture, the image that these electrical connections that are running on top of water or inside water in some cases really pose those dangers. And I'm going to be joined now by Booi, who is also a community leader, and he'll just speak to us about just some of the grievances the community has. But in Newzroom Afrika, this whole morning we have been moving from one informal settlement to the other, just looking at how bad the situation is here in St. Francis Bay. I did say there has been over 10 informal settlements here, and the situation is quite bad. But what does the ward councillor say? What is the communication between the street committee as well as the municipality? I understand also the mayor, Horatio Hendricks, has never set foot in some of these informal settlements, according to what the community members are saying.
Good day, Sethu. It's a very sad story that I'm about to share with you today. Previous years, the leading party in Sea Vista did show at least a bit of conscience. But I think it was around the period of 1997 whereby they started with the RDP houses around the area. Although those houses were also not finalized properly, because they only built houses of the estimation of 15,000. But after that, they found out that it was not enough, as the conscience was acting inside them. They came back and renovated the houses, but only some of the houses were renovated. Those who extended their houses, they didn't care about those who extended with their own money. And it was said that they were going to be compensated according to the budget that was delivered from the municipality. Taking further, when I come to the informal settlement, I myself resided in one of the informal settlements, which is Malema, which is an extension of Zwelicha. It resulted from whereby there was overcrowding in Greater St. Francis. So the people ended up starting the informal settlements as a result of the landlords were charging too much rent. So it is how it started, the informal settlements. Going further there, so the Zwelitsha was developed, and then there was Kosovo, and then the New Rest and Malema. From there, we had a belief that the municipality will consider us as human. We attended several meetings with the municipality. In the term of the previous councillor, we had some promises, and his term came to an end. So the people, the community of Sea Vista, elected a new councillor. So we attended several meetings with the new councillor, stating all the grievances and the conditions that we are living under in these informal settlements. So she also promised that she will try her best, but as I see, nothing is happening. We are still facing, I'm here around this area for more than 30 years now, and nothing has happened in these informal settlements. People are living in between pigsties. As you can see the condition yourself, that it is inhumane, but they keep promising. When we are coming to the side of sport, the youth development, there was a project that was run to develop the sports field, but it was also left unfinished. As a result, some people were not even paid. There was also a netball field there. It was never replaced. They take it away and it was never replaced. And so on. I will also involve Greater St. Francis. You can look at the streets, how the potholes are, and for me it's amazing that you allow tourists to come in your town, and they invest a lot of money, because we've got a private harbor here, we've got a airplane field. There's a lot where the municipality is generating money. So I don't understand where is the money expenses are spent, because there's no development in Sea Vista at all. I could have understand if I can say at least I can point one development from the previous period. The only thing I've seen when I attended the IDP meeting, it was in this year, I think 2 months ago, they came up with already agreed priorities between the councillor and the ward committees, stating that the first priorities is to make a speed hump when you go between the taxi rank and the location. And the following one will be cameras.
Because of time,
Yes.
but Mninizi, thank you very much for just painting that picture for us. Duduzile, he's just speaking to us about just some of the sad stories, of course, and just the issue around development, youth unemployment in the area, and also just the issue of service delivery and many needs that these community members here are in need of. We will be speaking to the ward councillor of the ward here in St. Francis Bay, but later on in the day today, to find out more what really is the disconnect between the residents of these informal settlements and her office here in St. Francis Bay.
Indeed, thank you very much, Siphosethu, Booi, for that report.